so you want to buy an RV. In today's video, we're going to share our 10 essential tips that you need to know before you purchase an RV.
All I'm going to say is do not buy one until you watch this video. We have owned an RV for the past 2 years. In fact, we've owned 2 of them. And so we have some things that we would love to share with you that we wish we would have known before we bought our first one. Number 1.
Do your research.
Research, research, and more research.
What I can say from my experience, when I thought I was doing a lot of research, I was getting caught up in kind of the stock photos on the websites and just all the new and fancy things.
Well, we went to RV shows.
We did go to RV shows.
And let me tell you, when you're at an RV show like we are right now, they look pretty and shiny.
And they're new.
And you don't really look like deep enough.
Right.
Like, is that the right way to say it?
Exactly. And there's a lot behind the scenes that you aren't going to necessarily see when you're here at an RV show, just kind of running through a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So when we were researching our first RV, which was a Class B, one of the things that I didn't do was actually look into the manufacturers.
Yeah. Big mistake. We should have looked at, Thors and Winnebagos and Integras and Storytellers, and the list goes on and on and on. We should have looked at each manufacturer and seen, what are other people saying?
Yeah, what's their reputation?
We did not do that.
No.
We didn't do that. We should have went on Facebook groups. So we're going to tell you, join some Facebook groups out there. There are Facebook groups for every type of RV out there. Mm-hmm. Join one. See what people are saying. What kind of issues are they having?
Yep.
That sort of thing. And then also watch videos like ours, because in our videos, we share the real life look.
Yeah, all the issues we've had of owning a van and really owning an RV. And, you have to remember, this is a house that's going to be driving down the highway, basically in an earthquake all the time.
Yep.
And that build quality really matters for the longevity of that.
Yeah, you are going to have issues with RVs. We're not trying to say you won't have anything, but just do your research enough to know what you are willing to get into. What are you willing to buy? What works and makes sense for you? Number 2, rent or borrow first. I'm actually in a used big old Class A right now. And our advice is rent it. If this is like something you want, something this big, go on Outdoorsy or RV Share to name a couple of places that you can rent them at. If you have a friend who has one, see if you can borrow it. But rent or borrow a RV first before purchasing it so that you can see, can you drive it? Do you want a Class A? Do you want a Class B? Do you want a Class C? Do you want a trailer with a truck? All of those options are at your disposal. The key is to try out whichever ones you're wanting before making the really, really big purchase and kind of being stuck with that purchase.
So you may think you know what you want, but until you've spent some time in one of these and you've used it, you don't really know. We're on our second Class B, and there's still some things that we would like to change. It's only because we've been using it and we're in it all the time. And so you just learn those things over time. And the only way that you can make sure you get into something that you want the first time is to rent it and give it a try.
Number 3, set a budget. Is $238,000 in your budget, or is $94,000 in your budget? As you can see, what you get is drastically different. Class A, and this one's used, but $94,000. Over there, that's a Freightliner, $238,000.
You get what you pay for. Do you need an outdoor kitchen? Because if you do, you're going to pay for it. Do you need a big giant awning? Because if you do, you're going to pay for it.
But one thing that we have experienced is we paid for our Thor Tolaro 20A. We paid $106,000. To us, that seemed like a crazy amount of money. That was like top of our budget getting into one of these. But what we've been through has shown us and taught us that actually the one that we bought is kind of a lower budget van. The higher budget vans, the ones that are called the luxury vans, those are up to $200,000 and more. And so that is something we've learned, that what we think is a lot of money in this world, maybe it's not. Maybe your quality is still not gonna be there. So definitely look into, what is your budget? What kind of quality do you want for what you're going to spend, and just make sure those align.
Number 4, you need to know what your non-negotiables are. Do you need a bathroom that you can stand up in? A toilet that you can sit on and have some room? Do you need a bed that you can sleep by yourself? Or a bed, a much bigger bed that you can sleep together? Do you need a propane stove, or will induction work with lithium batteries? Do you need a generator? These are a ton of questions you need to ask yourself. When you purchase something, you're going to be stuck with this. So you need to make sure that this is exactly what you want.
Yeah, and let me give you 2 good examples. Our first van, we did not think we needed a bathroom, so we didn't get one. We got the Thorrise 18T. It was cheap, affordable in our price. It didn't have a bathroom, but we just wanted to get in a van, and quickly realized that we needed a bathroom. At least I did. And so that was our first mistake. And then our second van, the Tolaro 20A, that one came with a big bed in the back. So the bedroom was in the back, and we thought, oh yes, that's exactly how we would like it. But now we realize, no, we would actually like 2 twin beds. And mainly because we think it would be better to be able to stand up and get into stuff versus crawl in the back on your bedroom, crawl all over your bed to get into your storage cabinets and get your clothes out. That's been kind of a pain. And so now we are thinking we would prefer something like this that has 2 beds that we can walk back. It feels a lot more spacious. So those are some of our non-negotiables. Think about what yours are.
Number 5, test drive. I'll tell you what, some of these vehicles are huge and you need to be comfortable driving it. So you need to get behind the wheel, take them for a test drive, make sure you're comfortable. Whether it's a Class B or a Class A, or even something like a truck and trailer, you just need to be comfortable driving it. So I definitely recommend getting a hold of your local RV rep, scheduling a test drive, and spend some time behind the wheel.
Number 6, explore the financing options. If you need to do this, if you're not planning on just putting cash down and you're planning on financing, explore those options. Contact your local RV dealership and ask them about financing. Ask them what the process is. In our case, we had to put 20% down in order to finance our current van, which, you know, our van was like $106,000. So 20% of that, that's a big chunk of change that we had to come up with in order to get financing. Also, call your insurance and see whichever one you're deciding to buy. Call your insurance first and ask them, you know, to price that out for you so that you can build that into your budget. All of these things matter, and we don't want you to get lost in the excitement, which it is exciting, of buying your RV without thinking of all these practical things also.
Number 7, inspect the RV that you're gonna buy. Take a look at this right here. It might seem pretty small in the grand scheme of things, but this has the potential to turn into something fairly significant. What I would recommend doing is getting a hold of somebody to actually do the inspection for you. This way it's kind of non-biased. You know, they're not excited about purchasing it like you are or like we were when we bought ours, but having them there so that they can do the inspection before you pick up your RV, and make sure they don't work for the company, they work for you. So it does cost a little bit of money, but it is well worth it because you will be owning this for a very long time and you're stuck with it. Now, one word of advice, if the dealership doesn't let you do that, I would reconsider buying from them because there's a reason that they won't let you do that. Number 8, record your walkthrough. So when you go to pick up your van, they are going to do a walkthrough with you and cover all the details of the van, everything from where's your power, your hookups, just every single detail. They should show that to you, walk you through it, answer any questions you have, and you need to record that. It can be super, super valuable 2 months or even the next day when you're trying to remember, oh, how do I turn this on? How do I open it? You can go back and watch that video. It also documents the inspection, which we talked about in our previous recommendation. So that way, if there is anything major wrong, you may not notice it at the time, but because you've recorded it, now you've got that as evidence as well.
Number 9, trust your gut. At any point in the process, if you start to get that feeling of you don't really want to do this, or you're not for sure if you're purchasing the right one, or the salesperson is being really salesperson-y and it's making you feel like you shouldn't do this, listen to your gut. Don't just do it because it's shiny and new and you're in the excitement. Honestly, I would say sleep on it too. So as much as you need to trust your gut, I would also put a little like star and say, sleep on it too. Sleep on it for a few nights. Make sure the RV you're landing on is really the one that you want. And also, trust your gut when thinking, do you want to actually buy a RV from a dealership, or would you rather buy it from a person, like a used RV? Maybe that's a better option, or even maybe you'd want to build out your own or hire a company and do a custom van. Like, trust your gut in deciding what is the best option for you. Because like Bob said earlier, you're gonna be with this RV for a really long time, whether you like it or not.
And number 10, the warranty. You need to do some research on this, but check out the warranty. What does your manufacturer offer? They're all very different. They have different durations, different things that they will warranty, things that they won't warranty, and you need to do your research on that. I'll also say the dealership is going to try to sell you an extended warranty, and I would say make sure that's something you truly want and truly need. They're quite expensive, but never forget, you get a warranty with the manufacturer. Yeah, and each one's very, very different, so you got to look into it and understand exactly what it is. Well, we did it.
We did it. Those are your 10 essential tips that we have for you for the first-time RV buyer. Even a second-time RV buyer, honestly.
They're good tips for us.
Yeah, we would be a third-time RV buyer at this point, and we would need to listen to all those tips.
Definitely.
Yeah. But we don't want you to lose the excitement. I know we kind of got really practical in this video and really just down to earth in it. But we don't want you to lose the excitement. It is exciting. It's fun.
Yeah, this is a really exciting purchase. It allows some great freedom to get out onto the road, enjoy some really beautiful places.
Yeah.
And it is super exciting.
And to have your home with you. That's why I love RV life. Because when you drive around, you have your home with you.
Everything you need
the
is
comforts
right here.
is with you. I love that about RV life. And for us, van life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully these 10 tips helped you. Let us know if you have any other questions. We're here to help.
Let us know. Hit us up in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. But that's all we have for today, guys.
I'm tired.
I'm tired too. We're going to go to dinner now. So.
All right. Until next Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.